A Pakistani delegation has arrived in India for a meeting of the Indus Water Commission. Now, this is the first major engagement between the two sides since ties deteriorated after India's move to scrap Kashmir's special status. The delegation crossed over to India through the Wagah border. They will participate in the Indus Water talks over 2 days, the 23rd and 24th of March, that is. The Pak side is expected to raise objections over India's power projects and also seek details about upcoming plans. But beyond the Indus agenda, the focus will be on the tone and tenor of the meeting and how the two sides will interact with each other. The backdrop of the meeting is quite interesting. Islamabad is sending out signals of peace, and both the Pak Prime Minister and his army chief hinted at willingness to engage with India. Now, this has been interpreted as a thaw in relations. Looking forward, India and Pakistan will be sharing the same forum multiple times this year, including at the heart of the Asia Conference. Top diplomats from India and Pakistan will participate, and it will be interesting to see if there is any sort of engagement. In fact, it was at the 2015 edition of the same conference that India and Pakistan held their last bilateral meet. Indian and Pakistani officials will also be together at the UN General Assembly in New York, at the Glasgow Climate Meet, and at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meet. Meanwhile, there are indications that the India-Pak trade could also resume. In 2019, Pakistan had severed trade ties with India, only to partially reinstate them after sharp rise in prices. The Yarn Mills Association of Pakistan has requested Islamabad to allow cotton imports given the shortage in the local market. The two sides could also build back their diplomatic missions, which have been drawn down since 2019. Now, for more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, is joining us live from New Delhi. Siddhant, thanks so much for joining us. Now, tell us more about what's on the agenda for these high-level talks between the two sides, and do we also see a possible thaw in the relations?
Well, Priyanka, I'm standing at the location where the talks are happening, and the talks started just 10 minutes ago. WION has the first exclusive visuals of India and Pakistan sitting together for the first time in over 2.5 years. We know that after the revocation of the special status for the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan had suspended all the people-to-people relationship between the two countries, and Pakistan was jittering that it will never sit again with India, but that has proven wrong. Pakistan is right now, even as we speak, is sitting alongside India just few meters from now, talking under the aegis of the Indus Water Commission. We know that the focus will be on many things. We know that under the pact, the 1960 pact, India gets the waters of the 3 eastern rivers, while Pakistan gets the water of the 3 western rivers. Pakistan is concerned about India building dams over the western rivers that can choke its water, Pakistan being a lower riparian state. But largely India has assuaged its concerns, talking about that India is well within its right to make sure that it can use the water of the western rivers under the pact. But largely we know the conversation, this is an annual conversation. The only time it could not happen was last year, primarily because of the COVID crisis. It was for the first time that the talks did not happen since 1960s because of the COVID pandemic. But largely, the fact that both sides are sitting together is a major symbolism at a time that when we have seen that there have been conciliatory comments coming from the Pakistani army chief and the Pakistani Prime Minister. There have been also positive comments coming from India. In fact, few days from now, Dushanbe will see the Heart of Asia meet on Afghanistan, and there both the foreign ministers will be present. Whether they will talk or not, this is still in the realm of speculation. But if we look at the situation right now, both sides, it seems, are concerted and working towards making sure that there is a conducive atmosphere.
Right, Siddhant, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for all your inputs, and thank you for joining us on this broadcast. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.